Okay. Anyways, yesterday, chilling with Big Perm, and he saw this thing somebody posted on Life Invader by the name of Victoria Caruso.
Oh my god.
So, this is where I was saying, Dante, you're gonna like this. We end up, he ends up explaining that Dante showed him the shipping yard and that he was trying to get a hold of this lady called Victoria Caruso. Well, we end up seeing that thing, and then Big Perm was like, all right, let's go check it out. Is that the Meriwether dock? So we drive down there, right?
Not to interrupt you. Well, I am, but I just searched her name on L. Is it the picture she posted where people see an empty wet dock?
Yeah, that's her.
14 hours ago. Okay.
Yeah, that's her.
Right, carry on. Okay.
Anyways, we go down there, right? There's a guy, just standing there. I go up to him, start talking to him. He said, I ain't going to give you nothing unless you give me something back. So he asked for some money. So I was like, all right. Give him some money. He starts talking about, anything you need, anything you want. The Caruso shipping company can handle that. They're backed by the Caruso family. So I'm talking to him, and then he starts talking about that Mrs. Caruso might need some help and looking for somebody, to be that solution to figuring out what, she needs. So he gives us her number. I tell the boys to, write it down. So G ends up writing it down. And then I was like, you know what? Just go ahead and call her, G. See if she picks up. She doesn't pick up right away. So we just start looking around. And then G gets a phone call. So I was like, put on speaker. See, who it is. Well, it's Mrs. Caruso. And the first thing she says is, who's this? She says, this is Jonathan with a G. And then she's like, well, Jonathan with a G, what are you doing at my shipping yard? He's like, well, we heard, some information that you might be looking for something. And we found your boy here. And, he gives your number. He's like, well, I really don't like people trespassing on my thing. But, you good?
Yeah, sorry. Fucking jizzle.
You're good. All right. And she's like, I don't really like people trespassing on my property, but, I'm, willing to let this one slide. So we're there, talking to her on the phone, and she's like, well, somebody has stole one of my shipments recently, and I need somebody to recover it. They're like, well, we could possibly do that. And then she's like, well, right now, I just need some information, and I'm trying to find this guy called Goldfinger. So if you could get information for me about Goldfinger, I could give you some work or something like that. We're like, okay. So we come back to the block. We start talking to Siggy about it. As soon as we start talking to Siggy about it, our car pulls up to the stop sign over there and just stops. Doesn't even do anything. Just stays there. So you know how Siggy is. Paranoid as hell.
Yeah.
So Siggy just jumps in his car. We jump in our car right behind him. We start chasing this person. Poor Siggy, is following that person. We end up losing Siggy. And then we end up on a highway. Siggy says he's on the highway. He doesn't say where, but he says they get out and start pointing guns at him. So we get there a little bit faster. We pull up, and then they get out again and just start blasting. So we start blasting too. And then we start chasing them because, we didn't get them down. So start chasing them, and then we lose them. And then, I start getting yelled at because I brought two guys that are not on the radio.
Right.
But we end up, on our way back to the block, we end up seeing the car by Dollar Pills. So I tell Siggy they're by Dollar Pills. So we start chasing them again. So we start chasing them. We end up shooting the tires out. They end up going into a wall. We end up shooting them. Siggy pulls up. First thing he does is go over there. He's like, who the fuck is it? Well, he don't say who the fuck is that. He don't cuss. But, he's like, who is this? So, and then the other guy's like, who is this too? It's a girl and a guy. And so we rob them. And then me, G, and Big Perm are talking to the people, like trying to get some information. Siggy's already gone. And the girl says, my sister's not going to like this. And we're like, who the fuck is your sister? She said, Victoria Caruso. And we're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
we're supposed to be working for these people, and we just accidentally just smoked their asses. So, I mean, there's nothing we could do about it, you know. So we come back to the block. We end up talking to Siggy about it. And Siggy's like, well, and then Big Perm's like, well, let's try to find a solution to this. Maybe we can, you know, mend this. It's just a misunderstanding anyways. So Siggy says, okay, go ahead and try to do that. So G ends up sending her a text saying this is all miscommunication. We didn't mean to do that. We would like to, you know, have a meeting to, you know, just go over this stuff. We're just sitting there for a while. And she ends up giving us, sending us a ping. So we go there. We go there. She's standing there by herself. And, you know, we're at the Meriwether docks. There's people all over the damn place. The boys wanted to have their guns out, but I was like, this is probably not a smart idea to have your guns out right now. Especially because there's people all over the place just with their guns out. So we start walking up to her. And Big Perm's like, you know, sorry about that. You know, we didn't really know who that was. He just came to the light. I mean, the stop sign. And, you know, we just chased after them. It was all miscommunication. And we offered to give their stuff back, you know, out of respect. Right. So she's like, okay. Then she starts asking us who we are individually, like our names. And G gives out his full government. And I forget if it was Perm or Cole. Was like, why'd you give out your full government? She's like, it doesn't matter. I'll figure it out anyways. So we started talking to her about, you know, like, sorry about that. And she's like, well, I want to talk to one of your leaders. I was like, well, right now Siggy's the only one around. So we get Siggy to calm down. And she's like, you know what? It was all a misunderstanding with my sister. She ends up just taking her cigarette out and putting it on her sister's arm. Just, you know.
What the fuck?
The what?
Yeah, like she's crazy.
That's hot as hell.
That's twisted.
But
what the fuck?
she ends up getting the guy that gave us the information, gave us her phone number, and she shoots the motherfucker. She said, oh, sorry about that. He was a leak.
Damn. Okay, my type of girl, gangster.
Yep.
Yep.
You know, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so.
But well, hold on.
Oh, go on.
But anyways,
Ray.
pretty much she says, okay, you know, I see that you're capable of doing stuff, you know, getting down like that. We're like, yeah, you know, if anybody pulls up to the block, we're not just gonna let it go unnoticed. So she's like, okay, well, I still need information on this Goldfinger guy. Cole asks her, you want us to kidnap him or, you know, bring him somewhere? And she's like, no, I want you to get information. And she's like, I was like, can we get a hint or, you know, where he's at or anything like that? And she's like, well, he likes to golf. He's rich and he has a big swing. So it's like, we all put our heads together and we're like, well, maybe he's at the golf course, you know?
That explains the outfit.
Yep.
Yep.
So we end up going to the golf course, but I think we showed up a little too late because Siggy wanted everybody to be informed. He said, we ain't doing that shit again. So we end up informing the whole gang and then we end up going over there. But yeah, she's trying to get this information on this guy called Goldfinger. And all we know right now that he likes to golf, he has a big swing, and that he's rich. And that he stole one of her shipments and she wants it back. But right now she just wants information to see if she could gain our trust. Well, we could gain her trust, I mean.
There's
all right,
mansions at the golf course as well.
So she don't want us really pressing him. She wants us to find out things about him, basically.
Yeah, that Colt had the idea, you know, first he said, let's black out and go over there. But then he's like, you know what? If she just wants information, it'd be stupid to black out. What about we go over there and pretend that, you know, we're horrible golf players and maybe get some tips from him and, you know, get some information out of him.
Smart.
Yeah, blacking out isn't smart, but neither is going in gang colors. It's like, what's the Southside gangbanger doing up west, you know?
I mean, no, we
definitely
all
dressing what you guys are doing was good.
Yeah, we all look ridiculous, honestly.
Civilians, like just looking like, you know, like you blend in. That's what you need to
exactly. Do. But we went up there. We were there for a while, but we nobody was there. Like I said, I think we took too long. And I think she had the information at the time, but I mean, it's still good information. He might be there randomly.
So look, so then that's what we do. So we keep a couple of y'all, a couple people, level-headed people in golf clothes. All right? Not in purple, not in nothing but golf clothes. Every now and then, find your little golf cart, pull up there, and, you know, like you said, Ray, act like y'all horrible golfers.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Man.
Yeah, but it might be a good opportunity. She said, you know, maybe later when, you know, we get some information, we'll probably get our container back. Maybe she'll have some work for us.
Yeah, that's not bad. So a potential plug or something, maybe.
Yep.
Yes, it reminds me a little bit of a couple years ago when we were like helping individuals here and there.
Yeah.
You know, the rich motherfucker.
Yep.
Hopefully it doesn't turn to a place where they fucking come and put construction.
Oh man, fuck it,
if that shit happens again.
If I go through any more construction, bro, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I'll be real. I'd rather die
so
and fucking than do that shit.
So okay, so I agree with that one, Ray. You keep playing the way you want to keep playing it. Actually, Ray, you know what? Since you're the one that came up with the detail, you stay ahead of this situation. All right, you keep me informed what's going on. I'll be part of it too, but you keep me informed what's going on, for sure. Of course, you know you still gotta listen to Siggy. Of course,
Okay.
That's the OG.
Yeah. That's. I kind of wanted to just go straight ahead, like after she told us, but Siggy said, you know, bring the whole family, and that way we all get informed.
Which he's right. He's right because he's right.
If you guys have a crew for that, like you said, it was you, Colt, Perm, and Siggy, then keep that crew.
Keep the
Obviously,
same
if one of them ain't
And G
around,
too.
then you can switch over.
Another thing,
so
G's the one who has her number too.
So
She's
look,
the main
okay,
one.
well then keep G in it. I like G. Another thing, if I'm not around, Siggy's not around, and something like that happens, and Ye around, that's who you report to.
Okay.
Or that's who you let them talk to, and then Ye let me know. Of course, we go from there. That way, there's still some type of chain of command that's going around, even if me and Siggy's not around.
Other thing is, she says, don't give anybody my name or my number, or I'm gonna kill all of y'all.
Damn. What the hell?
What?
She really a crazy.
Yeah.
woman.
Yo, sounds like my type of woman.
Hey, man, let's be real. Everybody your type of woman.
Yeah,
Hey, he ain't wrong. He ain't wrong.
but one of the guy's name was Nizo or Naz. What's it again? It's like Dino Ozzo. Denezio?
Denisio?
Something like that. But we asked Siggy if he knows that guy. He said that's a cop.
Cop. Yeah. It's fucking something that Denisio.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
That's a fed.
Yeah, but that was one of the persons that was, you know, in that car that we ended up accidentally smoking because we didn't know what was going on.
What's he doing off duty then, involved in all that shit?
But you know how these cops are.
You know how
all
it
these
works, bro.
politicians
Yeah,
are.
bro.
Corrupt
Yeah,
as
they
hell.
all crooked.
Yeah.
They crooked one way or another, bro. One way or another.
Oh,
So yeah, so
100%.
Ray, you keep your same squad.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all handle this. Keep me informed of what's going on. Like I said, if I'm not around, Siggy's not around, and they want to talk to somebody that got some fat on their head, you call Ye.
Okay.